Coming up about news this morning, one Eastern Kentucky boy does his part to give back to the police officers in honor of the ones that we lost in the shooting in Floyd County. And a business in our region creates a special piece of merchandise to honor the fallen canine officer we lost in that shooting.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you, 6:31. I'm Dakota Makris on this Tuesday morning. Thank you for waking up with us, as always. And, well, it's Tuesday, and y'all know how I feel about Tuesday. So let's take it over to Brandon. And, Brandon, you kind of made me upset. I looked over there, and there you are sitting down in your little chair working. And I was like, how dare he sit down? You know, I'm standing up. And
I don't sit down often.
You don't. You don't. No, you really don't.
Yeah.
But you were sitting over there. But at least you were working, though. I guess you were working.
I was working a little bit.
You were talking. So.
All right. So let's get into it this morning with the weather side. And we're going to be continuing to see a nice start to the day, UVA-wise, on the high knob camera. It goes in and out sometimes, so I'm going to try to stay brief on this one. But 64 with a beautiful scene over that way this morning. Taking a look at temperatures, 59 again in Clintwood, so 50s, 60s, and 70s out there this morning. 68 Somerset, 67 Irvin, 68 in Wayne and Logan, 66 in Harlan and Jonesville, 65 in Middlesboro, 70 Hazard, London, Williamsburg, and Pikeville this morning. Everybody about the same, or a little warmer actually, about the same in Middlesboro this morning. So again, just kind of keep an eye out for that there. A little cooler across the region. 84 Dallas, that is the hot spot there this morning. Looks like 70 in Charlotte and Washington, D.C. are our cooler spots, but a lot of 70s out there this morning. 82 in Houston, Texas. Forecast for today, storms possible this afternoon. Some of those could pack a punch, so have a way to get those alerts quickly if they are issued. Temperatures top out in the 80s before the storms roll in and get down to the upper 60s later tonight. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, the contagious Omicron variants are causing an increase in COVID-19 cases nationwide. Here in the Commonwealth, 37 counties now have high community levels, with nearly half of those here in Eastern Kentucky. Toyota is now requiring all of its factory workers in Central Kentucky to mask up again. Public Health Director Scott Lockard says masks may become more commonplace now that community levels are so high.
Now that we are in the red again, masking indoors is part of the guidance and is recommended. So it is be great practice for individuals to start wearing masks again when they're in public, when you're going grocery shopping, and so on.
Lockard says this summer's increase in COVID numbers mirrors last summer's, and he doesn't see numbers dropping anytime soon. Well, in a post on Facebook that now has hundreds of thousands of shares, one Kentucky woman is warning others about dirty money after she ended up in a hospital. Renee Parsons and her husband Justin were traveling from Lexington to Dallas, Texas for work. Parsons says she picked up a dollar bill outside of a McDonald's in Nashville, Tennessee. After handling it, she woke up in a hospital bed 5 hours later. Justin says local law enforcement told them they wanted to test the money Renee picked up for any drug residue.
But I'm trying to fight to stay awake because he's yelling at me to stay awake.
Other than that, there's no other explanation other than some random medical event that just, took place. So.
Well, just last month, the Perry County, Tennessee Sheriff's Office posted a warning on social media saying they had two separate incidents of people picking up bills that had tested positive for meth and fentanyl. The Sheriff's Office asked people not to pick up money they see on the ground. Well, it's on a day's work, and even superheroes aren't excluded from window washing duty. Well, yesterday they put away the weapons and grabbed the squeegees outside of Norton's Children's Hospital in Louisville. The company behind the Heartfelt Act is ProClean. Iron Man, also known as CEO Joe Heister, had this to say about why he was inspired to help.
Look for children, and they're smiling, they're happy. When they roll over and they see us, you should see it. It's like a magical moment on their faces when they look over and they see Iron Man or Batman or Spider-Man on the outside of their window. So it's really a magical moment where we're able to be there for the kids.
Officials say they've been doing this project for about 5 or 6 years now and plan to continue doing it. A McGoffin County boy is giving back to police in Floyd County. 12-year-old Colton Reisner is selling back the blue bracelets. Well, he set up a stand next to the marathon just off the Mountain Parkway. Colton says the money will go toward the families of the officers killed in the Allen community of Floyd County just last month. In just one day, he's raised $850, but he hopes to raise $1,000.
I mean, it's nothing for me. It's all for the families, you know. I know they're going through a real hard time right now, losing sons, fathers, husbands, you know, and it's got to be rough for them.
Colton plans to sell the bracelets throughout the week. If you aren't in Magoffin County, well, he says he'll also mail the bracelets out. 2 local Floyd County businesses came together after the shootout in Allen to honor their local heroes. Our Tanner Wilcox tells us how shirts have become a symbol of respect towards fallen K-9 officer Drago.
A dose of reality following a tragedy.
Without a K-9, we're not as safe as what we are when we have one.
Turned into a remarkable strategy.
We threw this idea together and we were just so bombarded with it. I just knew that was my job and it was my place, and it just kind of was handed to me, and I'm very thankful for the honor of doing so.
Lou's Place for Pets partnered with Shirt Gallery to sell t-shirts honoring Drago. As of today, they have sold over 1,000, way more than they expected.
We ran a few just to get them out to a vigil, and were swarmed then, and it has not let up since.
Selling t-shirts to local residents, donors in other states, and even troops in Africa.
Mailing shirts to other states and other countries has been just phenomenal.
And they say the demand proves a t-shirt is more than just fabric.
It's not just a t-shirt. It unified a community, and it allowed people to show support.
All proceeds made from the shirts will be given to the Floyd County Sheriff's Department. From Floyd County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
People with Lou's Place for Pets and Shirt Gallery says they plan to keep selling shirts honoring Drago for the next week or so. To honor the art of quilting and to support local quilters in the region, 6 local shops are continuing their 2nd annual Quilting in the Mountains shop hop this week. Until Saturday, business owners are encouraging customers to visit the other quilt shops, and by visiting all 6 shops, customers have the opportunity to win various prizes. Those with the shop hop say this is a way to also celebrate the quilting community in a fun way.
It's just a fun art. It's a way to be creative together and to learn and challenge yourself, and we just love being a part of it.
Each of the businesses are offering customers a passport to take with them to each of the businesses. Once the passport is signed by each of the shop owners, customers are entered in a drawing to win a Brothers sewing machine or gift certificates from each of the shops. A famous country music star is making a stop in Charleston, West Virginia. Country music superstar Reba McEntire is bringing her entire tour just across the Kentucky border into West Virginia. Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler Goodwin made the announcement yesterday at the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center. The show will be Thursday, October 20th. Reba has not performed in Charleston since 1998. Tickets go on sale this Friday, July 15th at 10 a.m. Well, before we head over to Brandon for our latest check of today's weather, I have a special little story to share with you. Last evening, I found a kitten underneath the hood of my car. I heard a faint meow when I was walking into a store on Black Gold Boulevard. Well, I didn't think much about it at first until I walked out and I heard the meow again. But with the help of an employee, well, we found this little guy or gal. Well, we tried to get it out, but we couldn't. Well, so then I called the Hazard Fire Department. Well, firefighter Jacob Smith was able to help us rescue the little kitten, who is now doing well and staying with me for the time being. The gender is unknown right now, so I have not been able to decide on a name. I have a few, maybe Dolly, I don't know, Anchor, I don't know, maybe something car related. And I can tell you, the little guy slept with me all night long, and this morning, he has a little attitude and is kind of stubborn. So I wonder where he or she could have learned that from. And maybe I've taught her a little thing or two.
I wonder where it could have got that attitude from. Anyway, let's talk about the fog this morning out there as we look at some dense fog in the Cumberland Valley. Harlan, Middlesboro, Jacksboro, you can see basically the white and gray down that way. That's where the dense fog is this morning, so continue to be careful as you travel across the region to start your day off this morning. Temperatures 59 in Clintwood, 70 in Hazard, 71 Jackson, Prestonsburg, Pikeville, 73 now overtaking the lead there in Moorhead. 72 was the other tide for a little bit longer, or a little while longer. a little while earlier this morning. I'll get the words out in the right order here in just a second. 64 Wise and 65 in Middlesboro. Breakfast forecast. Storms on the way later today, but for now, everything is quiet and calm. Sunshine to start us off. Some fog out there as well. Dakota?
I'm just giving everyone a warning right now. That cat will be my entire personality for the next week or months to come. Who knows? 6:41 when we come back here at Mountain News this morning. Over-the-counter birth control pills might be hitting the store shelves sometime in the future. Stay with us. That's on the way this morning.